What is up, Digidestins? Vindy Swartz here, and I'm coming to you guys with a deck profile of something that I would have played if I went to nationals. So I've been doing a lot of deck tinkering and thinking about this deck a lot, and I've been doing a lot of testing. And I hope you guys like this deck. And if you were thinking of something that you wanted to play for national, I hope that you consider this deck because it's really good and it's broken. So without any further ado, guys, make sure to Supreme Cannon that like button, transcend the sword that subscribe button, and let's get into the video. Let's go! So to start off the deck profile, I am playing 4 copies of Pokemon. This is the best egg that we are going to be playing in black. On deletion, you get to reveal the top card of your deck, and if it's a black Digimon, you get to add it to hand. We do have a lot of on deletion effects, so being able to at least get a +1 out of it is just really good. So we do play the Pokemon egg. Now for the rookies, I'm only playing a source of 8, so I'm going to be starting off with Chumon. This is the one of the only Digimon that we do play for a rookie. This guy is just really good because he has the effect of not letting our opponent gain memory outside of tamer effects. So we just have to play this guy. Plus he is very reoccurable in this deck, so we do have that with him, being able to reoccur our level 3s if we do need them. So then to round off the level 3s, we're playing 4 more copies of Chumon. This guy is just really good because even though he has that Digivolution cost and raising for cost of 1, this is really good because he has that play cost of 3, and being able to Digivolve into a Sukamon for 1 memory is just really good. So we do play this guy. Plus he has the on delusion effect for his ESS of being able to float into a Chumon but have it suspended. So what we could do is Digivolve into this guy into a Sukamon, which you'll see we do play another Sukamon that does have a deletion effect. So we'll be able to float and get a plus, I want to say we'll get a +3 out of it. We'll net neutral from that and get a +1. So this is just really good for playing this card. Plus it's really good because if we don't really have anything, we can always go ahead and Digivolve in raising to point our opponent at 1 memory to choke them for memory. So this is really good. Now for the level 4s, I'm playing 4 copies of Digimon from BT11. This card is just really good. What this card does is its name is treated as Numemon. So from there you can go ahead on play. You can trash 1 card with Numemon, Sukamon, Nanimon, or Edamon in its name to draw 2 cards. So it is like a destiny draw. If you have a Yu-Gi-Oh background, you get to draw 2 cards by trashing 1 card. So it's a really good card to be playing, especially for being a level 4. Not a lot of level 4s do that, being 4 or 3 cost Digimon. Next, for the rest of our 4s, I do have 8 of them. I'm playing 4 copies of the BT3 Sukamon. This guy has the on deletion effect of being able to pretty much be like a Commandramon and being able to reveal the top 3 cards in searches for his Chumon. This is what I was saying earlier with the Chumon combos. So you can go ahead and play this Chumon for 3, or Digivolve it into raising, bring it out, Digivolve into the Sukamon to stun our opponent and choke them at 1 memory. That way, whenever we do choose to swing with it, we'll be swinging, dying. On deletion, we'll reveal the top 3 cards of our deck, and we can either play out this Chumon or we can play out another Chumon, and then we'll also get the on deletion effect to play out the Chumon that was up under it as it floats in being suspended. So it's really good for getting us that reoccurable body on the board and keeping us in the game. That way we don't die quickly. And then to round off the level 4s with more Sukamon, we're playing the BT11 Sukamon that has the on deletion effect, being able to reveal the top 3 cards of our deck and being able to add a Chumon, Sukamon, or Edamon card in its name from among them, and then trashing the rest. This effect really comes in handy in getting our Sukamon in name and trash. That way we can go ahead and play out the king as we should. Then he has the good on deletion effect for all turns for the ESS. If this Digimon would be deleted by a Digimon, we can go ahead and prevent the deletion by deleting another Sukamon. It's that simple. We do run a lot of Sukamons, and we can turn a Digimon into a Sukamon, so we can save itself by sacrificing another piece of shit on the board. So now for the monkey part, in the monkey business, we are playing 2 copies of regular Edamon from BT3. This guy is really good. Being a 7 cost Digimon is good for this deck, and I'll show you why that it's good. He has 6k DP Digivolves for 3 on top of a level 4, and he has blocker and he's one of the rare exceptions that I've seen to where a blocker has an on deletion effect. This guy can float into another Digimon that's a level 6 Edamon by revealing the top 5 cards of your deck. It's really good, and it comes in handy a lot. Then for more monkey business, we are playing 4 copies of Edamon from BT11. This guy can Digivolve for 3 on top of a Sukamon, and then he is another 7 cost Digimon to Digivolve for playing. And then he has the on play and when Digivolving effect of by trashing a Sukamon from our hand or from our sources, we can give another Digimon your opponent has 3k DP, minus 3k DP, and minus 1 security. So this is really good for helping us stay in the game. And then his inheritable effect of all turns whenever this Digimon will be deleted, by deleting another Digimon with Sukamon, we can prevent that deletion. This is very good for our deck, and it comes up a lot, especially for this ESS. It comes up a lot, and it helps us save our big boss monsters in the deck. Next, for one of the best cards in the deck, we're playing 4 copies of the king himself, the king shit, the Sukamon. This card is just really good. Being able to Digivolve himself onto another Sukamon for a cost of 3, and then being a play cost of 7 for 6k is just really good. So how we can play this guy and get his effect off is if our opponent has 16 cards or more in trash, or if we have 3 or more Sukamon in trash, we can play this guy and turn any Digimon our opponent has into a Sukamon white token with 3k DP until the end of their turn. Then, whenever we attack with this guy, he has the ability of gaining security attack +1 for every other Sukamon on board. So if we have more Sukamons, if we say we have 2 more Sukamons on board, so boom, and then boom, this guy will have security attack +1, +2, and then our opponent's Sukamon +3, so he was swinging for 4 checks at 6k. Then if we have any of the inheritable effects under him, like this Sukamon, to where if it be deleted by deleting another Digimon with Sukamon in its name, we can save itself and continue with those checks for as many Sukamon that we have to give up as a sacrifice for the king of shits. This card is just really good for helping stun our opponent and for getting rid of those pesky Digimon, kind of like Black or Greymon. This card is just really good against that, being able to turn it into another Digimon that it's not. That way, it doesn't get its inheritable effects because it's not that specific Digimon. Now for the level 6s, we're playing 4 copies of the Metal Edamon. This guy is just really good because he has an on play and win Digivolving effect of by revealing the top 4 cards of our deck, we can play any Sukamon, Edamon, or Chumon from among them with a total play cost of 7. So this is why that 7 play cost comes in handy, because we can go ahead and play this guy, we can go ahead and play out this guy, or we can play out this guy, and we can play any combination of our 3 cost Digimon, which are our Sukamons or our Chumons. So we can play any combination of those. Let me get those out of the way there. That way you guys can see all of our combinations of cards that we can play out for you. So we can play out any of these guys. Since these guys are a play cost of 7, we'll be able to play these guys out by themselves, and then a combination of any of these guys for 3 costs. So it's really good for that and helping us flood the board for a bunch of shit, for free. So to round off for level 6s, I'm playing 2 copies of Venusmon. Venusmon is just really good because Venusmon is that really good stun card that we need in this deck to help us stay alive. It's just really good being able to give everything -1 security as a blanketed effect, and making sure that nothing with a security attack is able to swing with its when attacking effect, or just being able to activate its when Digivolving effect for that blanketed effect. Plus we do have the ability of giving out -1 security to a lot of Digimon in a various amounts of ways. So we do play this card. It's really good. Then for the level 7s, if you've played Lilithmon, Lilith Loop, you know about this card, Omnimon Zor. This card is just really good for helping us mill the top 3 cards for a deck to again help fuel the flames for the trash, for the shitmon, and then we can go ahead and resurrect our king shit from the trash and then turn a Digimon into another king shit. So one combo that I really like to do is I like to go ahead and either play this guy, or this guy with this Sukamon in hand. So you can go use Omnimon's effect over digivolving it over a Metal Edamon. So I'll keep this out here for the example. You can go digivolve into Metal Edamon, digivolve, use the effect. Most of the time you may have, you know, a few Digimon, so I'll say I'll have those two out on board. So for this example, I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way. I'll have these out on board for the Metal Edamon's effect, and then trash the rest. Then from there, I can go ahead and digivolve into the Omnimon Zwart. Zwart's effect will trash the top 3 cards of our deck, and from there I can play any combination of Digimon that have 2 Digimon that have a play cost of 8 or less. So from there, what I would want to do is, I'll go ahead, if I need a blocker for defense, I'll go ahead and play this Edamon. If I want to just minus a Digimon's DP, I will go ahead and play the Edamon, and I'll play the King Sukamon. Granted, I have at least 3 more Sukamon in trash, so I can go ahead and turn my opponent's Digimon into the Sukamon, and then the minusing DP will go ahead and trigger. Then I'll go ahead and trash the Sukamon in hand to give that Digimon minus 3k DP, and to give it minus security attack, being able to delete it, and then go from there. So from there right there, I have like a really huge board. I have an Omnimon Zwart, I have 2 Edamons that I can go in. I have an Edamon here that has a blocker. This guy has the memory choke effect, and then this guy just can float into another Chumon, and then this is my big beater for being the King Sukamon that he is. So it's a really big board that you can build, and it's really fun. So I really implore you guys to try this deck out. There's a lot of different combos that you can do, and I might have just scratched the surface with this deck, but I really believe that this is a really good deck for this format. If you guys believe in it, hit the thumbs up button. Let me know what your favorite Sukamon card is. Mine is Platinum Sukamon, so there you go. So for the Tamers, I'm playing 2 copies of TK. You have to play TK. TK is just your memory fixer for any yellow deck that you play. You're never going to not have TK's effect unless the last card you have just randomly is the Omnimon, or it's like the black Chumon or the black Sukamon. So majority of the time you're going to be recovering with the TK effect. And then I'm playing 3 copies of Cody. Cody is just really good because he nets us that extra 1 memory because we are playing a bunch of yellow Digimon. Plus you have the really big benefit of having the effect of your turn. When one of your Digimon with 2 or more colors attacks, you may suspend this tamer to give that Digimon to give a Digimon minus 2k. So with our Sukamons, we can turn the Digimon into a Sukamon, swing with it, minus it by 2k with Cody, and then we can follow up with this card. If we don't have the inheritables to save our Sukamon, we can follow it up with this card, which is the TK Inkari, just to be able to suspend it, and then give our opponent's Digimon minus 1k so that we can kill that Digimon for that turn. And then being able to have the defensive play of gaining 2 memory at the start of our turn if we are at a deficit with our memory, with our security. It's just really good, and I like playing this card a lot. So that's going to round off the Tamers, and for the last 3 cards I have 3 options. I have the Mario Special, which is the 3 copies of Holy Flame. This card is just a really good card for being very defensive and stalling until you are able to just come out of the gate swinging with your Sukamons and win the game. Being able to just deter a bunch of aggro heavy decks is just really good in this card. So this is why we run those. You would notice that I don't run any of the any minusing DP cards outside of what's already in this deck, just because I feel like those aren't really needed, and with a lot of people wanting to lean towards Black or Greymon being the top contender for winning the Nationals Championship, I felt like those cards really aren't good for you because they don't do anything. You'll be able to get around those effects just by playing the War Greymon package all the way up with the X antibody stuff. So that's the deck. I hope you guys like this, and as always guys, remember the supreme cannon like button transcended toward that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next video, and peace out for now. Bang.